it's your girl Kay from Q. I want to welcome you to my channel if you're new. I want to welcome you back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. Here on Crafting with Q, we discuss all things DIY, all things tips and tools for small business owners. If that interests you, you know what to do. Like and subscribe with Flow. Don't forget to turn on the notifications so you can get the good tea every time I post it. So, I got a lot of feedback and appreciation from my last video. So, I had two questions. Well, one statement that was a motivating factor for this video here, and I had one question that was also a motivating factor of why we're here today. So the statement was, never really thought I am that visual learner, and seeing you break it down on how we can make our six figures and setting those goals monthly, yearly, or daily, I think I can do this. I told you, I may not be able to help everybody, but if I help one person, I am super satisfied. So that just let me know that I at least helped one person last video. And I had another viewer ask, if I make this six figures, how am I to see it? That's a very good question. So here we are today. I'm going to share some of my saving tips for you all. Once again, this may or may not help everybody, but I'm praying it helps somebody. Once again, these are things you don't think of, so seeing it or hearing it in a perspective from someone who uses it, it may be beneficial to you, and you may find yourself saying, I need to do this so I can do this. So let's get into it.
Crafting unique treats every day. Whatever you need, you can get it with K.
Let's get into the fun stuff. Saving strategies brought to you by Crafting with Q. The top 5 ways that I save: setting a budget, comparing prices. Some of these I'll go into detail and some I won't. Cooking, adding to my savings account daily, and replicating activities or items. That's the only one I actually think I don't go into detail about. But replicating activities or items is simply, if you decide you want to do, I'm going to use the last thing I did. For example, if you decide you want to do a sip and paint, those things usually go anywhere from $50 to $75 a person because they're providing you wine and all the materials you need to do a sip and paint. You can replicate that. Go to the Dollar Tree, get those items. Go to the liquor store, get your favorite wine instead of being forced to drink a wine that you may or may not like. So for my birthday, we went to California, and instead of us, I think the local sip and paint was like $70 per person. When you multiply $70 times 3, it was 3 of us, that's $210. We ended up going to the Dollar Tree, getting everything we needed, and going to buy our favorite wine from the local Walmart, and we spent less than $70. So just finding ways to help you save is very, very important. When I say replicating items, if you look at my TikTok, I wanted my living room to be Chanel inspired, so I did a lot of DIY. So when you go to YouTube, you can find a lot of DIY projects to help you replicate items that you may want, or see the visual of doing activities at home versus paying to do them out. Another thing about the sip and paint, if you go on YouTube, there's actually people giving tutorials of images showing you what stroke, what brush, all the good things you need to know, as if you were actually going to a sip and paint. Everything can be done right in the home. Self-explanatory points we have: setting a budget. We'll go into detail, but setting a budget is simply setting a budget. Eliminating debt. Separating your needs versus wants. This is very, very important. And when I think about this, when I wrote this one down, I thought about my experience of buying a car. So when I went to the lot, I could have got any car, but I chose to get my little Nissan Altima because it was more budget friendly. Every car on that lot is going to get you from point A to point B. So you don't need a BMW, you don't need a Lexus just because you have the money. That Nissan Altima gonna get me to the same places that BMW gonna get you and that Lexus gonna get you. Avoid ATMs. I know you're thinking, girl, it's only $2 and $3 to go to the ATM, but it adds up, especially if you use the ATM often. So just take that into consideration. YouTubing things versus paying someone to do them. I'm not telling you to go YouTube how to put an engine in your car if your check engine light come on and they say you need a new engine. I'm not telling you to do that. I don't want to be held accountable for that. But what I am telling you is if your cabinet breaks, I know you're like, oh, I don't want to fix no cabinet. I'm going to go pay somebody $150 to fix the cabinet. They're going to charge you, the piece may be $6. They're going to charge you an arm and a leg to fix what only would have cost you $6. I just would recommend YouTubing things before paying someone to do them. Creating a budget. You want to write down your monthly income. Write down all your monthly expenses. And then with what's left over, I will put 50% of that into your savings account and then use the other 50% for your daily survival needs. Comparing prices. So I personally use the cell phone carrier Straight Talk. It's a Walmart brand of cell phone services. Most people are like, oh, you got Straight Talk. That's fine. With Straight Talk, I pay $45 a month and I can still talk on that phone and text on that phone. And I personally have never had a service issue. So even when I travel out of town, I still have good service. So it hasn't let me down. Been with Straight Talk for 2 years. 45 times 12 is $540. So the most my bill will be annually on my cell phone is $540. But Straight Talk has a promotion that if you pay every 6 months, you only pay $255. You save $15 every 6 months, which once again doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. By the time I'm done paying annually of $510, I've saved $30 annually. Small number, I get it, but that's a whole day of savings to help me reach my annual goal in my savings account, which we're going to find out what that is soon too. So food, I definitely recommend cooking dinner, packing lunch, making a grocery list before you go to the grocery store so you're not just buying unnecessary things. Eliminate eating out. If you do go out, I always order water and I order smaller portions to help me receive a small bill. Buy generic. And I encourage everyone to check out Aldi's. Aldi's is oftentimes downplayed based off of their low prices, but they have some quality finds in there. Here we go to savings account. Like I was telling you when we discussed the $30 a year I save. So I personally put $20 a day in my savings account, which overall is $7,300 that I'm guaranteed to save annually if I stick to putting $20 a day in my savings account. I also have a separate account for my vacations. I put $10 a day in my vacations account, which gives me $3,650 annually I have to allot towards a trip. If you're unfamiliar with certificate deposits, I definitely encourage you to research those. So they're basically, if you take a portion of your savings account and put it inside of a CD, you can't touch that money. But the bank gives you money as long as you allow them to hold your money. So yeah, just do research on CDs. They're great. I've done multiple and I even do them for my son in his savings account. Last but not least, we have our subscriptions and online saving strategies. Cut subscription. Once again, Cut subscriptions. Sorry. Once again, this goes back to knowing your needs versus your wants. Identify what you need, what you want, what you can live without. If it's something you can live without, go ahead and just cut the subscription out. Cut the subscription, because we are trying to, at the end of the day, maximize our savings account. That's what this video is all about. Unsubscribe to your favorite shops. My favorite shop is Fashion Nova. And if you are familiar with Fashion Nova, they send you about 2 to 3 emails and texts a week. That can be tempting for some people. It's not tempting to me because I'm very frugal and I know how to identify my needs versus wants. But if you're not that disciplined in saving or spending, then it's very, very important for you to unsubscribe to your favorite shops. And delete your credit card information. It's very easy because when they send you these emails, everything is just in a matter of a click. Click this link to go to the site. Click this, whatever you're looking for, to add to your cart. Go to your cart, click checkout. Your credit card information is already saved. So if you delete your credit card information, it gives you time to think about what you're about to purchase and if you really need it or you just want it. Because now you have to take time to go to your wallet, find your card, put that information in, and it's just a lot more to do. And you have time to think about, do I really need to make this purchase? Last but not least, I want to talk about business barters. Business barters are important because you can benefit from someone else's business just as much as they can benefit for yours. And I say that simply because I did a business barter. My very first business barter was one of my customers had purchased from my bead and charm shop, and she was a coupon queen. So instead of her paying her $70 for her merchandise, I asked her if I can have $70 worth of couponing goods. She said, okay, tell me what you need. Told her what I needed or whatever. Ended up getting 68 items for $70. And that pretty much wraps us up for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video and can take away at least one saving strategy within this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next week.